I'm not afraid because one, I'm telling the truth. I've told you the condition Dr. Besigye is in. He's denied bail, he's very sick, and it takes a negotiation to get his doctor to see him. That the reason behind this, why Mr. Museveni has taken so much time and money and wickedness to frame an innocent man, is because he has an agenda that Besigye knows and Besigye opposes. And that is to and he's likely also to go to his parliament with his speaker, who is a Mabati thief, who has no integrity, to possibly make some changes in the constitution to ensure that he and his son continue to lead this country the way they want. People killed. We had people killed in Butambala. We had people killed. And all we get from President Museveni is that they are terrorists. They are terrorists. When I was young, I was among those who dropped what we were doing. I was pursuing a PhD program and went to turn our country around, to make it a democracy, to make it a just country, to make it a country where everyone has their fair chance to live a good life. But here we are. After an election, someone declares himself a winner, nobody celebrates. Who does that? Who does that? That you're being accused and that even they do not sign the piece of paper where your charge is? Oh, Museveni. You know, he is indecent, let me say this. It's not decent. He is like somebody who wasn't raised in a family that is loving and that teaches values. If you are already hurting a man, you have bribed or you have paid people to frame him. You come back and you say you are the problem for not being tried. Really? Agezezaako okuntiisatiisa aba prisons bangambye nti bwe nfulumya akafaananyi kenkubye dokita mu ddwaliro oba nenjogera ku mbeera ye tebajja mukkiriza okuddayo mu ddwaliro. That he could use to examine him. They did not allow this until quite late in the evening. They waited for darkness and they brought him to Dr. Nandi's clinic in Bugolobi. I found out, I was not notified by the prison authorities, I am his next of kin. I found out in some way and rushed there. I found him there and the doctors had taken many tests which they would find out in due course what the results give. They had done examinations and they had decided to put him on a drip and administer an antibiotic and rehydration. An antibiotic because they said with somebody in prison, they can't wait for the results of the tests because he could go back and get worse. So they decided to be preemptive. His sister and I were there at the clinic while he was being treated. He, after receiving 2.5 bottles of water in his body, he still wasn't passing urine, and the doctor said he was severely dehydrated and asked for him to remain on hydration. The prison authorities took him back to prison at night. In taking him back, I asked the doctor what was going to happen next. She said she wanted to review him today. I asked the authorities, the prison officers there, will you bring him back to the clinic today, and they said they don't know. That's a decision from above. Dr. Besigye doesn't have a right to see his personal doctor. This is decided from above, and it's a long negotiation. I want to thank very much Dr. Nandi. This is the second time she has negotiated with them to have him brought to her clinic to be thoroughly examined. It's not a right. In fact, the prison authorities told me that if I talk about him being taken to the clinic, that they may not allow him again to see his person. I followed the prison officials as they escorted him to their cars. I must say that when Dr. Besigye arrived at the clinic, I am told, and I learned this from the medical people, that he wasn't even in a position to stand up straight, that he was shaking, he told me himself, and unable to walk without support. By the time he left after being treated, he was walking, but you could see that with difficulty. 6 prison warders were surrounding him, and they marched him down the stairs from the 2nd floor. I followed them up to the basement. Their cars were waiting for him at the basement. They bundled him in their pickup truck, one warder on one side, the other on the other side, him squeezed in the middle, and drove off. What was of grave concern to me was that all along at the clinic, I arrived, I had found there a woman who was dressed in civilian clothes, very strange clothes. She had a tambala over her head, dressed like the way a Muslim woman would wear her, not hijab, her veil. But she wasn't wearing it properly like a Muslim woman would. So she looked funny with a big white tambala on her head. I thought she looked curious. When the warders were taking Dr. Besigye, she followed them. So I also followed her. When we got to the basement, I got near her to ask her who she was, and she started to run. There was another car that was waiting for her. She feared to enter it and run to another corner. I managed to take a picture of her back, and she pulled off her tambara. These are the military intelligence people who are holding Dr. Besigye. I'm here to tell you that Dr. Besigye isn't a prisoner held by the prison authorities. No. He is a captive of Mr. M7 and his son, the army commander. They are the ones holding him. They have their own military people in that prison who guard Dr. Besigye. He is a captive. He is not like any prisoner who has committed a crime and is being held there by the prison warders. He has always been held by Mr. M7 and his son. The courts are also, the prison is a front for holding Dr. Besigye. But the people holding Dr. Besigye are M7 and his son. The courts are just the place where they want him convicted, but they control them. He controls the courts, and he wants him convicted so that he can continue to hold him in the prison, held by military men, and he wants to kill him. He wants Besigye to die in prison. Why is it that in this week when they shut the prison, that is the week when he falls sick? Why is it that they want to bring him? They refuse him to see his personal doctor in the first place. At her insistence, they bring him secretly. They do not inform me. his next of kin. And they threaten me not to talk about it to the public. He's a leader, he's a public figure, he's the leader of the opposition. Why wouldn't they tell the public that Dr. Besigye is not well and we have taken steps to have him treated? It is sinister. It's a sinister plot. And I'm here to say to Mr. Museveni, enough is enough. Stop holding Besigye as your captive. Stop opposing his bail application. Drop that charge of treason against him. This is not the first time. 20 years ago, he was framed with treason. That was dismissed by the courts. Now, Museveni is back saying that Besigye wants to kill him. And we are going to see in court once again a lot of lies and fabrications being presented there, this time with a judge who is under instructions to convict him. I want to thank Mayor Elias Lukwago and the amazing team of lawyers who have fought by his side. What they are doing is to expose Museveni before the world and to show that this is not a trial. This is persecution of an opposition leader, criminalization of an opposition leader. There is no truth in it, no law in it, no justice in it. And they have done an excellent job to expose that. From day one, when he went to the military, when they dragged him before the court-martial, when he was not a soldier, to when they held him without any charge for weeks in prison, to when they denied him bail 4 times. Besigye is not going to run away. He has never run away. Why shouldn't he be at home? This year, in April, Besigye will turn 70. He's an old man. Why is he being beaten by bedbugs in a hot cell with no light, isolated from other prisoners, and now falling sick under mysterious circumstances? It's a plot to kill him. Museveni wants to silence the one leader of the opposition who understands him and who stands up to him and his criminal ways. Let me put it that way. It's criminal to treat your opponent like that, to fabricate, to frame him, and then to slowly kill him in jail. Enough is enough. Enough, Museveni. You are not decent. You're not human. I'm speaking through you to him directly. Enough is enough. You are exposed. That the reason behind this, why Mr. Museveni has taken so much time and money and wickedness to frame an innocent man, is because he has an agenda that Besigye knows and Besigye opposes. And that is to extend his dictatorship through his son. After this election, in the next 5 years, we are going to see him make every effort to prepare and to install his son as the next president of our country. He's going to do this in many ways. One, handing him his party, the National Resistance Movement. He has enough sycophants and hungry people on the gravy train who will allow that. Then he will do changes in the military so that that man who is incompetent, whom we know is a loose cannon, threatens other countries, abducts citizens, tortures, and is proud. has promised to hang Besigye and has named where he's going to hang him. This is the kind of man he wants to lead our national army. So he will make changes there to give him the control. And he's likely also to go to his parliament with his speaker, who is a Mabati thief, who has no integrity, to possibly make some changes in the constitution to ensure that he and his son continue to lead this country the way they want, without law, without any basis in law or the constitution, by force. That is the plan. That is the plan Besigye opposes. That is why he wants to slowly kill him in jail. Museveni. Take a few steps back and don't do this. Stop it. We know it. Okay. I've said enough. I just wanted to put this out there. I'm speaking in my own capacity as that person who stood next to Kizza Besigye and swore to stand by him in sickness and in health, and I'm standing by him. People are tortured, people are killed and never come back, their families. I should have reason to fear, but I'm not afraid because, one, I'm telling the truth. I've told you the condition Dr. Besigye is in. He's denied bail, he's very sick, and it takes a negotiation to get his doctor to see him. And he's sick under mysterious circumstances. He's surrounded by military intelligence, not prison warders alone. So all these are worrisome things. And I come to you, you are my safety. Because when you put it out there and the whole world knows, well, he will have to harm me again in full view of the whole world. So that is the only safety I have, is that I'm putting it out there to the public. Thank you for the question. I brought back because we still don't have, I can't talk on WhatsApp, I can't talk to my office in Switzerland, I can't talk to my family. We're still cut off in many ways. And within that time, we've had worrisome stories of presidential candidate Chagulanyi escaping from his home. I don't know whether he's been found or he's returned to his home. He's in hiding. The other opposition leader is held in jail and is now very sick. Within this week, when they shut us off and closed the prison, he falls sick. He's been guarded by the military. So all these are not what you expect to get. And then people killed. We had people killed in Butambala. We had people killed. And all we get from President Museveni is that they are terrorists. They are terrorists. Has been his main strategy, that those who oppose him legitimately through elections in the parliament sooner or later are criminalized, like Dr. Besigye. He's been in and out of prison for all kinds of trumped up charges. This is the state of democracy in our country. I'm sad about it. When I was young, I was among those who dropped what we're doing. I was pursuing a PhD program and went to turn our country around, to make it a democracy, to make it a just country, to make it a country where everyone has their fair chance to live a good life. But here we are. After an election, someone declares himself a winner, nobody celebrates. People are in hiding, his opposition is in hiding or in prison. What kind of victory is that? It's hollow. It's not real. Let's pray. Even if you are accused of a smaller crime, the duty of your lawyers is to defend you. And defending you means scrutinizing every step of the process and putting it to question against the law and the constitution. This is what the lawyers of Besigye have done. Bearing in mind that he faces an offense for whose punishment is death. They have failed in 1 year to bring a case that is watertight, that is within the law, and to start and try him. And for their failures, they are blaming Besigye and his lawyer. Not at all. Every time they have come, this last time they were asking that Besigye pleads to a charge that's not even signed. Who does that? Who does that? That you're being accused and that even they do not sign the piece of paper where your charge is? Oh, 7. You know, he is indecent, let me say this. It's not decent. He is like somebody who wasn't raised in a family that is loving and that teaches values. If you are already hurting a man, you have bribed or you have paid people to frame him. You come back and you say you are the problem for not being tried. Really? He's blaming him for his own case. I find that so wicked. Really wicked and indecent. Olunaku luno mbeetaaga nnyo kubanga njagala kubuulira Bannayuganda n'abantu bonna b'amawanga amalala abalumirirwa eggwanga lyaffe n'okusinga nnyo abalumirirwa Dr. Kizza Besigye. Njagala kubabuulira nti nasanze mulwadde ate mulwadde nnyo. Lwokusooka wiiki eyise baasiba ekkomera Luzira prison bagisiba ne batugamba tetujja kukkirizibwa okulaba abantu baffe wiiki ennamba. So nagendayo mande ne basaba nti munzikirize ndeete emmere kubanga tubadde tetumanyi nti tetujja kubalaba okumala wiiki ennamba. Ne banzikiriza muganda we n'atwalayo emmere ku Tuesday. But we didn't see, tetwamulaba kutuusa Monday eno gyo. Nagenzeyo nensanga mulwadde. N'angamba nti yatandika okulumwa olw'omukaaga olubuto nga lumuluma nnyo n'omusujja ne gujja. N'abagamba nti ayagala kulaba musawo we ne bagaana. Ne bagamba nti bo kenyini bajja mujjanjaba. Naye n'agaana kubanga yakimanyi nti eyo mukomera si musibe ng'abalala. Musibe wa Museveni n'omutabani. Ate ab'amagye be bamukuuma. Tayagala nti bamukwateko. So kumande twasabye omusawo we Dr. Nandi Kanyerezi kyagendeyo, era yagenzeyo. Yaliseewo eddwaliro lye n'agenda e Luzira. N'abeegayirira nnyo nti bamukkirize amuleete mu ddwaliro erirye e Bugoloobi amukebere amujjanjabe. Ab'e Luzira abamukuuma bakkiriza okumutwala e Bugoloobi ekiro, era bamuleese ekiro ne bamuteekayo. Tebambuulidde nze mukyala we, n'akifunye mu ngeri endala. Nenziruka nengendayo nemusangayo nga bamutadde ku drip. Awo yambuulidde nti yayingidde nga n'okuyimirira nga tayimirira nga bamukwata. Basanze nga amazzi gaweddemu mu mubiri, ne bamuteekamu ekipa nnyingi, ne bakola testi nnyingi, naye ne basalawo nti kati muteeke ku ddagala kubanga testi zirwawo okukomawo results. Ate ali mu kkomera ayinza okweyongera okubeera obubi. So ne bamuteeka ku ddagala, antibiotics ku drip, era yamazeeyo essaawa ndowooza nga 3:00 awo mu ddwaliro ne bamukomyayo e Luzira. Kumutwala ddwaliro lya Dr. Nandi liri ku floor ey'okubiri. Nalabye nga bamutwala ku madaala ne mbagoberera. Twatuuse mu Besigye naye nga tutambula, abaserikale aba prisons nga 6 bamukulembedde bali mabega, nga waliwo n'omukyalo omu. Mukyalo yabadde tategeereka, ayambadde civilian ate ataddeko ekitambaala naye takisibye bulungi ng'abakyala basiraamu bwe basiba. Bagiyita ki? Kakaaya. Now ng'alabika fani nemutunuulira. Bwe twatuuseeyo wansi nengezaako nti mubuuze nti gwani. Bwe namuze kumpi naye n'adduka, ate ekitambaala n'akiggyako ku mutwe n'ayita eno, ate ng'alinayo emmotoka endala n'atya okugiyingiramu, n'adduka sayidi endala, naye namukutteko ekifaananyi emabega ng'adduka. Kakati oyo wa military intelligence. Abo be bamukuuma mu kkomera ey'e Luzira, abo ba prisons gye bali, naye Besigye ye abamukuuma babeeramu abo abava mu magye ewa Muhoozi ne Museveni. So nze kino kye mbayisa okubabuulira nti embeera ya Kano Dr. Besigye si nnungi, nti ate ye si musibe ng'abalala bali basibe ba prisons, balabibwa prisons. Ye musibe wa Museveni n'omutabani, ate balinamu aba military abamukuuma. Mu budde buno wiiki eno nga basibye ekkomera yalwaliddemu. Lwaki? Kiki? Ate lwaki tebamukkiriza kwogera n'abasibe abalala? Ali mu solitary confinement. Tutegeera tutya ekigenda mu maaso? Lwaki bamugaana okulaba omusawo we? Era Dr. Nandi musiima nnyo, kubanga bulijjo buno mulundi gwakubiri abeegayirira nnyo okumukkiriza okumuleeta mu ddwaliro lye. Era abaserikale ba prisons baŋŋambye nti siina kwogera ku mbeera ya Dr. Besigye. Namukubye akafaananyi ne baŋŋamba nti ako akafaananyi bwe nkafulumya tebajja n'okumukkiriza okukomawo mu ddwaliro ly'omusawo we. Ate ekyo kiki? I will not be blackmailed. Akafaananyi gyakakabawo mukatwale. Kubanga why should it be a secret that a leader of the opposition is sick and the prison authorities are hiding his sickness, are bringing him at night and not telling his family? Why? So I'm saying, but President Museveni, stop it. Obuntu bulamu tobuyina Museveni. Ate ekikulu kyenjagala mutegeere, Museveni kino takikola nti mutemu ng'abatemu abo simanyi abanoonya ssente oba kino. Akikola Dr. Besigye kubanga Besigye ategeera pulaani ye gy'alina ku ggwanga lyaffe, ate tagikkirizamu, ate agiwaanyisa. Besigye yasalawo to oppose him peacefully. Amutya alina pulaani eno emyaka okuteekako omutabani bafuge wamu. Eyo pulaani Besigye tagikkiriza, ate agyogerako, ate agiwaanyisa. Kyekyo kyokka. Bino ebisangosango temuli kantu, si bye bisoose. So ngamba President Museveni, you are exposed. Stop there. Stop there. If oba oyagala okutta Besigye ng'ali mu kkomera, this will not end the resistance to you and your plans. So kyekyo kyembadde njagala ekigenda mu maaso. Embeera y'eggwanga gye tulimu si nnungi. Bamulanze nti awangudde akalulu, eyavuganya naye Robert Kyagulanyi yeekwese. Kale ekyo kiki? Ffe abalala ffenna tuli kukazikiza, tetumanyi kigenda mu maaso. Tuwulidde abantu battiddwa, eyebuddwa, kutambala wa, tetumanyi kigenda mu maaso, atusazeewo. Omulala opposition leader ali mu komera, mu wiiki eno yakazikiza, mulwadde, ali bubi. Ekyo kiki? Buno buwanguzi ki? Siraba ajaguza. President Museveni mugamba free Besigye, free Uganda, retire. Ebyobufuzi obubeemu, ofuze emyaka giyise, kakati kyagezaako okukola kufuga n'amagye n'emmundu n'okutiisatiisa. Tulina gye tulaga. So thank you very much. Agezezaako okuntiisatiisa aba prisons bangambye nti bwe nfulumya akafaananyi kenkubye dokita mu ddwaliro oba nenjogera ku mbeera ye, tebajja mukkiriza okuddayo mu ddwaliro. Nabagambye nti ekyo blackmail, sikkiriza. Era n'akafaananyi abamukaagala nja kukabawa mukafulumye. Ekirala ze sitya nnyo kubanga okutiisatiisibwa, abantu bangi batiisatiisa, ate batya kubanga batta abantu. Gavumenti eyo yasse abantu bangi, abalala nebasiba nebatulugunya, era abantu batya nnyo. Naye nze sijja kutya. Ekyokusooka mmanyi nti ensonga zange bwenzifulumya nga bwe muzze ne muzifulumya, ekyo eyo safety. Sina safety ndala, sina mundu, ndi wano nzeka. Naye manyi nti mmwe bwe mufulumya ebigambo byange nabo bajja kutya. Olaba bwe baagala okukola ebibi bateeka mu kazikiza, darkness, basalawo internet, batusalawo because they fear. The guilty are afraid. Nze sitya because I'm not guilty. Byembagulira byonna bya mazima. Embeera ya Bobi Wine, opposition leader Bobi Wine, nawulidde nti yatolose mu makaage, poliisi n'amagye bamulumbye, ntera ne kati tali awaka. Kinuma nnyo. Naffe bwe tutyo bwe twali, Besigye ng'ayimirira nga batusarawundinga, bamukwata. Agume agezeeko ensonga ze kuzifulumya mu bamawulire nga nze, sefute ye eri mu Bannayuganda. Ffe tujja kumukuuma. Agume anywere kubanga abantu nabo batiisa. Abantu abawagizi bangi nnyo abali eyo mu nsiko nabo beekwese, bala bali mu komera. Badepute be babiri mbamanyi abakyala, deputies northern ne western, bali mu komera, tetumanyi na gye bali. So I'm worried about him, but through you I'm saying be strong, be firm. I stand with you in solidarity, and you will overcome. Uganda, eno emyaka 5 ejja kuba mizibu nnyo kubanga kirabika President Museveni pulaani ye ya alaba akuze, ajja kuwera myaka nga 9, myaka 5 kyaliko ayagala afuge n'omutabani. So ayinza okuba ayagala okukyusa mu constitution awo alina oyo sipiika omubbi w'amabaati atatya kukola nsobi, ajja muyamba ne palamenti bayise mu baagala bakyuse constitution. Ntya nnyo kubanga manyi nti ayinza okuba nti neeyo mu magye alina okukolamu enkyusakyusa kubanga omutabani si ye yandibadde akulembera magye. Muwulira atiisatiisa mawanga malala, akwata abantu n'abasiba n'abatulugunya, neyewaana publicly nga kyeyakola oyo musajja mutwe n'abala. Ne Besigye yagamba nti ye Besigye agenda asazeewo ekifo wagenda kumuttira, era tulinze yajja okutta Besigye yasalawo. So omuntu ng'oyo okufuga amagye n'afuga eggwanga kitiisa nnyo, naye alina pulaani ze gino emyaka 5, era kyoba olaba nti Besigye amutawaanya kuba Besigye abyogerera agaanye ajja kumobilizinga abantu mu ngeri y'eddembe, si masasi, abirwanyise. Kyaba ayagala nti aveewo asobole kukola pulaani. President Museveni tumutegeera bulungi, pulaani ze si nnungi, nze mulabula ng'omuntu mukulu mu Uganda n'emyaka kakati 67 mugamba nti nyimiriza pulaani zo, yerowoozeemu by'okoze obukoze, siibula otuwe chance tufune leadership empya mu ddembe. Shame on you, Frank Winnie, spokesperson of Uganda prisons. Shame on you for lying that Dr. Kizza Besigye is not ill. I've just seen your statement, prison authorities denying that Dr. Kizza Besigye is not ill. Dr. Kizza Besigye is ill and is seriously ill. Last night, I saw him. You smuggled him to the clinic of Dr. Nandi Kanyerezi after she pleaded with you to have him at her clinic. You did not inform me. I am his next of kin. I found out in my own way and rushed there and found him there, shaking, unable to hold himself up. He was rehydrated. He was put on antibiotics. Tests were done, and they have asked to see him again today for review. And you could not confirm to me that you would bring him back today for review. And now here you are lying that the party is not, denying that he is not ill. Dr. Besigye is seriously ill. And we demand President Museveni to drop those framed, trumped up charges and free Dr. Kizza Besigye, to stop opposing his bail application, to allow him to come home, to be looked after at home. This is wickedness. This is awful. I condemn the prison authorities for lying that Dr. Besigye is not ill. I challenge them to come forward and tell us that he was not in hospital last night. Ababa prisons baswaza nnyo. Nkimanyi nti nti Besigye si musibe waabwe. Museveni ye yakutte Besigye. Besigye musibe wa Museveni n'omutabani. Era eyo mukomera ebuzira. Ab'amagye be bamukuuma. Bali eyo mukomera bambadde civilian naye be bakuuma Besigye. Kubanga ye Museveni ye yakwata Besigye. Ayagala afiire mu kkomera. Naye mu aba prisons muleke okukozesebwa. Mukolere ku mateeka. muleke okulimba nti Besigye si mulwadde ate nga mwamututte kiro mu ddwaliro lya Dr. Kanyerezi ng'abeegayiridde nti alabe omulwadde we era namusanzeyo temwambuulidde nafunye information n'entuukayo nemusangayo nga mulwadde nnyo mukimanyi ate Dr. Kanyerezi yabasabye nti ayagala mulabe olwaleero mumukomyewo nembabuuza munaamukomyawo ne muŋŋamba nti temusobola kumbuulira ekyo kyabakulu nnyo nti ate bwe nfulumya amawulire nti Besigye mulwadde temuyinza n'okutamukomyawo bwe mutyo bwe mumbuuliddemu aba prisons shame on you mukolere ku mateeka nkimanyi nti Museveni n'omutabani balina pulaani yaabwe mbi nnyo bakozesa magye naye naamwe mukole omulimu omutuufu oba mufunamu ebizibu okukolera mu mateeka naamwe mukikole ng'Abannayuganda mukolere ku mateeka si kulimba muleme okulimba abantu baasi